So what's up, my people? Welcome to another video. And first of all, I want to say a big thank you to you guys. You have really supported me, and as per now we are almost at 1,000 subscribers. You know, it has been a long journey, and I want to say a big thank you to you guys, for people who have subscribed to my channel. For the new people, actually, my name is Ali. I am Kenyan, in Saudi Arabia, but now I'm in Kenya, actually. So Kenya, which is in Africa, for people who don't know. So I have been doing this thing for just a little bit, and now I am back in Kenya, and there's a lot to happen. So what you're supposed to do is ensure you click that subscription button, subscribe to my channel, 1. 2, hit that notification button so that when I upload something, you will be the first one to at least know and view, and just support me, guys, because your support really does help me a lot. So today I'm coming to you live from Kenya as well, and actually at home. So I thought of talking about something that I feel it's very important, you know, for a person who wants to go to Saudi Arabia. Because in one of my videos I told you that I'll be giving you tips and tricks of a person who wants to go to Saudi Arabia, and these are things that I'm telling you out of my own experience, you know, because I was in Saudi Arabia, and I've seen a lot. I've battled with a lot in Saudi Arabia, but it's high time for anyone who's watching and really wants to go to Saudi Arabia to at least get these tips in mind, so that you can be prepared mentally, physically, and be ready to face the outside world, which is Saudi Arabia, you know. I don't want to say the outside world and then you start saying that, oh, you know, Ali, you're telling us outside world, you haven't gone past Saudi Arabia. That's true, I haven't gone past Saudi Arabia, and that's why I'm giving you tips and tricks for a person who wants to go to Saudi Arabia, you know. So one of the things that you need to understand in order for you to be prepared is that you are not going to a country that the population is Kenyan mostly. And even if the population is Kenyan, meeting a person there, it's totally different. So what do I mean by this? First, you need to be mentally prepared, guys, you know. By mentally prepared, I mean that you need to understand that this won't be your home, or it's not your home. You need to at least channel your mind to difficulties that might happen, you know, and you have no one to help you, you know. It's not like here you are in Kenya or in a country that you are watching me from, and you want to go to Saudi Arabia, and what you're telling me is that you are facing some difficulties. What will you do? You'll have to call someone, you know. Hey bro, Ali, please help me and do something for me. Help me with something. Help me with this amount of money. You need to understand that when you go there, you have no one to help you. So that is a mental preparation that it's very important, you know, and I've learned it from an experience of my own, because sometimes you encounter a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges. There's no one on your phone book that you can call that, hey, please send me something, because first of all, people are expecting something from you. So we need to have a mental preparation in that you are not at home, and no one will be able to save you except yourself. That is 1. 2, you need to lower your expectations, guys. By lowering your expectation, this is a big deal, actually, very big deal. And I've been telling this to many people, very many people. Guys, if you want to go to Saudi Arabia or Gulf countries in general, you need to understand that things might happen that you don't want, or things might happen that wasn't from your expectation. But if you had a higher expectation, then you'll be disappointed. And this rule, I think I've carried it for a very long time, and it has been a big help to me personally, because in any situation that I've encountered, in anything that I'm going to do, be it an interview, be it a shoot, because I'm also a photographer, a filmmaker as well. That is something that I've been doing here in Kenya, and I left while I was doing it, and I'm still doing it right now. Though I'm still, you know, trying to figure things out right now. But if you have this rule within yourself, just lower your expectation in everything that you do. You need to lower your expectation, so that when a good part of what you expected happens, then you'll be happy. When it doesn't happen, then you'll say that, okay, then, you know, it happens, and things do happen. So one of the second thing, it's on a very rare occasion that you'll be heading to Saudi Arabia, and you get what you were promised to from Kenya, guys. This is from my own experience, you know. So before I left for Saudi Arabia, I did an interview for being a waiter, you know. And I think it was something that all these agents used to say that, you know, come, let's do an interview. And after doing this interview, you know, you're going to become a waiter, guys. So I did those interviews for waiters, and you know, it didn't go as expected. But later on, I became a waiter. Yeah, I won't deny that I became a waiter later on in life when I was in Saudi Arabia. But I did a lot of stuff, you know. So by saying that things are not always the way they seem to be, this I mean that you might be told that you're going to become a waiter, or even you go to an extent of doing waiters interview and all that. But when you go to Saudi Arabia, if you didn't go direct with that company, this is something that I've always said, if you didn't go direct with that company to become a waiter, then my friend, the biggest possibility for you if you go with that supply company is that you'll go and then you'll relax in a certain accommodation, and then people will come and you'll start doing these things that we call interviews, you know, because I've done so many interviews in Saudi Arabia, so many interviews. So you should always be ready with that. Always know that things might go sideways, and by things going sideways, this means that if you are promised to go as a waiter, if you're promised to do a certain job, it is on a very rare occasion that you'll go and find the thing that you wanted to do, or the interview that you did here in Kenya, or any other country that you are in Uganda, Tanzania, any country that you are in. If they promised you a certain job and it isn't from the company itself, then that one is 50-50, guys. So you should always be ready for that. Those are three things, right? The fourth thing that I want to tell you guys, which is very also important, be ready to do anything when things go sideways, you know. Because I've stayed so many months without work. I did stay so many months without work because I already left Saudi Arabia. I did stay so many months without work. 7, 6 months, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all those months without work. But sometimes the thing that keeps you going is one, you should be ready to do anything. So this fourth point is that if anything happens and you're stuck in the accommodation, you should always be ready to do anything. Like for me, I did some mason work, cleaning work, not like officially cleaning work. Officially, I've done cleaning work. I did it in Makkah. But unofficially, while I was still in accommodation, I had to like go out, you know. You can remember we're in Saudi Arabia, the degrees usually go up to 46, 47, like it's totally hot. And I had to go out, you know, try to hustle, because one of the things that people don't understand is that when you're in Saudi Arabia, your family does ask a lot, you know. They ask from you because people have that notion in mind that, you know, Ali, you're in Saudi Arabia. They say in Swahili here, not Swahili, but a slang in Kenya, Africa, that is. Mostly in Kenya, actually, they say that uko majuu, you know. Uko majuu means you are abroad. So by just people having that perception that you are abroad, it makes things harder for you. Why? Because they expect a lot from you and they don't understand what you go through. So that's why I like saying that people who are in Kenya, our parents, anyone who's watching this video and you have a person in Saudi Arabia, trust you me, it's not that easy, guys. I've been there, I know, I've struggled a lot. It's never easy. So if someone tells you that it's hard, just try to understand, because people do pass through a lot actually, because trying to make ends meet, you're in a foreign country, maybe you don't have work, it has been maybe the 3rd month or 4th month or 5th or 6th month without work, it takes a toll on you. So you need to, people who are here in Kenya or African countries, Uganda, Tanzania, and you have a person in Saudi Arabia or Gulf countries, if that person tells you that it's hard, trust you me, it's not easy, it's very hard. So try to understand these people, because I'm talking on behalf of people who are there in Saudi Arabia, who are there in Gulf countries, and I've personally been there. I've had those pressures. So you need to understand that people are passing through a lot, and give them some level of understanding, and just comfort them, because there's nothing you can do, you know. At the end of the day, if you ask me for money and I tell you that, yo, you know, I don't have money, I'm passing through a lot, the only thing that you can do and you should do is just comfort them, give them hope, but not pressuring them that, you know, you have been there, you haven't been sending money, you don't know what this person is passing through, you know. So try to understand people who are there. Upon the fifth thing, which is very important, you need to find something else to do. What do I mean by this? It is true that when you're in those Gulf countries, you are there to work like nothing else. You work to 8 hours, others work more hours, which it's normal, you know. So long as you're being paid the extra hours, alas, you continue with your work. But you need to understand that being in a foreign country really takes a toll on your mind. So if you don't do something else, like for me, the reason why I started this YouTube channel is just to relieve a pressure of work that I had in Saudi Arabia, and just explore something that I wanted to do for a very long time. So this is just channeling your hard times in work, you know, because people pass through a lot. So you need to have something else to do to cool off that steam of work and pressure, because it's very, how can I say, it's tiresome mentally. So if you don't find a way to relieve your steam from work, that pressure from work, and do other things, then it's going to take a toll on you. So as you've been watching my video, people who have watched my video for a very long time, for those months that I've been posting, you were able to understand that I used to do two things. One, post on YouTube my updates and housework, generally give you tips and tricks from my best knowledge. And secondly, if you've been watching my videos, I used to do a lot of exercise, gym and all that. The reason is you need to find something else to do. Other than doing all that, if you're not careful, then you might end up into depression, because there's a lot of pressure when it comes to work. You need to deliver, you need to do this. Apart from pressure from work, you have pressures from family people. They need money, they need your support. So guys, it's very important. Find something else to do, or else people fall into depression. I swear, if you don't find something else to do, you will fall into depression. You won't have you won't follow your vision, you know. Because one of the things that most people, let me not say most people, but for me personally, that made me go to Saudi Arabia is because, you know, you need to have a vision, you need to have a plan, so that you can deliver what you want to deliver in a very long time, maybe in 2 or 3 years to come. So all the plans, all the visions that people usually have, all these things takes time, you know. And something that I love saying is that if the vision isn't big enough to scare you, then that vision, then I think it's not worth it for you to follow it, because you need to have a vision which is bigger than you. That at times it disturbs your mind to a level that if you're sleeping, you might wake up thinking about that vision, you know, how will I achieve this thing, you know. So for me, what made me go to Saudi Arabia is sort of a certain vision that I have in life. So anyone who is in Saudi Arabia, back to our point, anyone who's in Saudi Arabia, don't just do your work and go back to sleep. One of the things that is very common in Saudi Arabia and Gulf countries, the availability of internet. For a person who has gone direct to the company, for a person who is in supply company, for a person who is in supply company and has been taken from the supply company and is working to a certain company. So the biggest advantage is people do have net. And I'm not saying that Kenya we don't have net. Net is becoming very common, and you should have it so that you can do research and all that. But you have 8 hours of work, right? You have the remaining hours. So do something with it, you know. Try and learn something, because guys, one of the things that I'll tell you for a person who is almost finishing Saudi Arabia and coming back is that when you come to back in Kenya, you'll always be like you're starting from zero, you know. So starting from zero isn't easy. So it needs you to be also mentally prepared, because there's those hard few months, 6 months, that you really need to push on, you know. And those are the months that I'm currently at, trying to figure things out, because life has already gone on, you know, for the years that I haven't been around. So the research that you've been doing while in Saudi Arabia, while you are in Saudi Arabia, that is the main thing that will be helping you to maneuver the streets of your country, be it Uganda, Tanzania, and any other country that you're watching my videos from. So it is very important to at least understand that the availability of you doing something extra will lift you from having those depressions, being stressed on a daily basis. So you need to relieve that pressure of work by doing something else, which is very important. So those are some of the things, 5 major things for me. I feel like it is very important for you to understand before you go to Saudi Arabia, because I don't want you to at least get stressed because you don't know what to do, because you have just arrived in Saudi Arabia, you don't know how to understand things are here and there. So upon the 6th thing, which I'll be finishing this video from, the 6th thing that you need to understand is that you really need to be patient, guys. You know, dealing with Arabs isn't easy. I've dealt with them, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I mean, I thank God. I've dealt with Arabs, and it really needs a lot of patience, you know. It really needs a lot of patience dealing with Indians, all those countries, all those different kind of races that are there. You really need to be patient, because with patience, I mean, it has really helped me a lot to maneuver a lot of things. Because with patience, you can control your anger. You can understand things. You can try and level a lot of stuff here and there, because there are many challenges that you undergo while you're there. So you really need to understand that patience is key. So with those 6 things, I'm hoping that it has really helped you to at least give you ways of trying to survive in Saudi Arabia if you want to go there, or if you are almost going there, or even if you're there. These are things that you will always apply, and trust you me, inshallah, my dog, inshallah, God willing, I'm hoping that it will help you to do a lot of stuff, to maneuver the streets of Saudi Arabia and Gulf countries in general. So inshallah, I want to wish you the very best who wants to go to Saudi Arabia, and I hope this video was helpful. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and tell a friend, so that we can grow together and at least help each other out. So see you in the next video, guys.